and we'll be talking on website design with no-code tools. And we have our trainer with us today in person of Mr. Peter Felix, and he's an amazing coach. I personally have learned under him, so and I'm so glad to have him here as well. He's an amazing person, and he's a skilled person. He's actually an inspiration for me because he has some amazing work ethics like that gets my mind like blown up. Like, so I'm so glad to have him tonight on the call with us and to like come teach us, right? And I'm saying again that after his class, if you are interested in learning like more, because this is just like a day class, so you may not get the whole knowledge in one class. So that's why it's good to now further get to learn more. So that's why I want to recommend that if you are interested, which I believe there will be so much people interested in this training program. Without any further ado, I'm so pleased to welcome on the Profitable Place for Week 3, Coach Peter Felix. You're welcome, sir. Yes, finally. yes, I can see your face now. I believe everybody can see. Okay. So finally.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the back and forth. I'm really, really sorry. And with this, okay, let's move on. Let's see if one lucky person scholarship, a mentorship course today, or one or social. Okay, my name is Peter Felix. Okay, yes. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate this. Thanks so much, Mr. Israel. Thanks so much for believing in our handwork. I really not taking this for granted. And thanks so much to everyone that really stayed with us. I believe we are going to have a great time together. Okay, my name is Peter Felix. I've been into no code. I don't like anything coding. Coding is good, but my own self, I don't like coding. I believe to get job done quickly and in just a little time frame. So I've been into website design with WordPress since 2009. That should be around 17 years now. And we have worked with so many clients around the world. And I can tell you for free that WordPress is the big deal. And now once people think about WordPress, what comes to mind is templates. WordPress is far beyond templates. It's far beyond templates. And with WordPress, you can get a site up and running within a day. You can get a site up and running within 2 days, and you get your cool cash. And the WordPress is very lucrative, very, very lucrative. And most times, once you build a site for a client, they won't want to know the platform you built the site on. What they just need is to get their job done and get it done. I'm also a product designer. Currently, I'm working with Sufem as a product designer, but my number one major is the website. The website has been the one feeding myself and feeding my family and paying the major bills. So for those that want to venture into WordPress, don't just see yourself as a WordPress designer. See yourself as a front-end designer. Yes, a front-end developer. Because what you do mostly is mainly from the front-end part and few from the back-end. So I'm going to share some of my websites that I've done, some of the recent sites. And recently I've been getting more clients from Canada, from UK. I don't really know where I'm getting clients from there. I didn't do any specific advert targeting those areas, but most clients have been coming in from there. And one thing about any skills, some people would say there's money in this skills, there's money in that skills. No. Any skills you are into, you are the first two. You are the first two. When product design came out, people started learning about Figma. People start jumping into Figma. Now we have AI automation. People are now rushing into AI automation. So many new skills will come out, but the most important stuff is you. No matter the kind of skills you are learning, no matter what you are going into, how do you want to market yourself? I learned that we have talked about branding and all that. The first two in making money is yourself. How will you sell your skills? So I'm saying I'm getting clients from Canada does not mean that once you enter into website design, you start making cool cash. It doesn't work that way. And most of these stuff also work with experience. Most of this stuff works with experience. Once you bring website for me now, and I've not done it before, I will give you 100% assurance that I can do it because of my weight of experience so far. And website does not just stop in building websites. You have to have a recurring clients. How do you keep clients coming? How do you retain clients? Because building website is just a part of making money. You also make money when you manage websites. There are some sites you will even manage and you're not even the one that built it. I have some major clients I'm currently managing their websites that I didn't even touch the website. There are some that we have to revamp the website. Why we also make money from renewal, domain name renewal, hosting space renewal, and hosting space maintenance. So there are so many aspects where you can make money when it comes to website design. You can also make money through selling of course. There are sometimes you might not even get a single client in a month, but there are so other means you can make money. You can turn your knowledge into course. You can get people to mentor, and they are going to pay you for your skills. So it's not all about learning the skills. How did I even venture into website design? 2019, my church, then within church, did a 2 weeks training. And in that 2 weeks training, you have to pick two skills. So I picked soap making and website design. So 1 day on, 1 day off. So I did my website design training for 1 week and soap making for 1 week. In the website design class, we have about 52 students in the class. That is around 2009. We have about 2 students in the class. And I can tell you for free today that I'm the only one using the website design skill. Yesterday, I still talked to my instructor that taught us then. We are still in contact. I still bring in some jobs and all that. So in terms of this, you need a mentor. You need someone that will guide you through in this business. It's very important, very, very important. There are some jobs you will get as a newbie that you really need someone to put you through. Don't reject any job. You know all jobs. So in terms of getting a website done, what do you need? Number one, you need to get a domain name, get a hosting space, and what platform will you want to get all those? So I'm going to be sharing my screen. So we have different platforms where you can get your domain name, your hosting space, and all of that. We have Namecheap, we have Spaceship. Namecheap was kind of somehow expensive, so they had to come up with something. They had to come up with a Spaceship. Spaceship is quite cheaper, but you have to do some other stuff. So I want to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? What can you see? Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see
your screen, right?
What can you see on my screen? I want to be sure that you are seeing the right thing.
Namecheap. It's showing Namecheap.
Okay, thank you. So this is one of the platform, one of the most reliable platform out there. We have Namecheap, we have Hostinger, we have GoDaddy, we have different platforms where you can get your domain name and your hosting. So in building a website for a client, you need to know if your domain name is available, because it starts from there. If the domain name is not available, what else can you do? There are sometimes you will have to. There's a client I'm currently working with now. The client gave me a domain name, but when I search for that domain name, the domain name has been taken. And when it comes to domain name, you should know the meaning of extension. Now, extension simply means examples of extension, we have .com, we have .online, we have .org. Now let me search for Peter Felix Foundation, which has been taken though by my company, Peter Felix Foundation. So let's just type Peter Felix Foundation here on the search bar and type search. So let's see different types of extension that we have. Currently, my choice is Daystar. When we wanted to buy the domain name, daystar.com has been taken. So what do? We have to type daystarng.org, right? So you have to look for something that will differentiate you from others. Now, peterfelix.com is available. Once you see this sign, it means it's available. But if you want to buy peterfelix.org, you can't buy that because somebody else is using peterfelix.org. So you can see taken. You can't buy this. Now, it will also suggest other extensions that you can buy. You can buy peterfelixfoundation.com. Now, if I want to be so serious with this, my company, now if you search Facebook, Facebook is so guided that you can't buy anything related to Facebook. You can only buy this one now, facebook.mk. What is the meaning of mk? So you can only get facebook.mk. You can't buy, you can see all extension related to Facebook has been taken, right? All extension. You can't buy facebook.cc, facebook.is, facebook.ads. You can't buy anything related to any extension related to Facebook. Almost everything has been taken. We click on 400 more different extensions here. So different stuff about Facebook. So that is how you need to guide. If you have the money, if I want to do for this Peter Felix Foundation now, if we turn to that very big brand, we'll just try to get all the extensions related to Peter Felix Foundation. Now, if someone can go with peterfelixfoundation.com, right? We have peterfelixfoundation.co.net. Now, and one thing about this part is this. Some clients will say, okay, I don't want peterfelixfoundation.com, I want peterfelixfoundation.ng. Now, what will you do? Now, you can't, if I type peterfelixfoundation.ng, you can't buy .ng, anything .invalid, sorry. You can't buy .ng extension here. And the client is saying, I want .ng. Now, it simply means you need a Nigerian platform to get your .ng. .ng simply means Nigeria. UK simply means United Kingdom. .us simply means United States. So they are different. We also have .africa also, which is kind of far more expensive than any other this thing. So .africa is there, but you can't get .ng here, right? Now, what if I want to get .ng? What will I do? Now, there's a reliable platform I'm currently using. Now, mind you, this platform didn't pay me for any referral. So I'm currently using Bluehost. Before I was using WooGoHost. I was using WooGoHost. WooGoHost is also a Nigerian company. I was using them before I switched down to Bluehost. Now, Bluehost, if you want to buy anything related to Nigerian extension, something like .com.ng, .org, and all that, you can get that here. You can get that from any Nigerian company, right? And most of these Nigerian companies are also reseller. So let's say peterfelixfoundation.com.ng. And you also need to know how to compare prices, right? You must know how to compare prices. Very important, because if you're buying .com for $15, some other platform might be selling .com for $8, right? You must know how to compare prices and all that. Now, the other thing I need to talk about is your hosting space. You must look for reliable hosting space. This platform, Bluehost, also have a reliable hosting account and way cheaper. There are some clients that will say, oh, I want to build a website, my budget is 100K, my budget is, you can charge a client 50,000 for a website and you still get your gain from it. You can charge a client 1 million naira for a website and you can still get your gain from that website. Now, in terms of building websites as a website designer, the major thing you spend on is just the domain name and the hosting space, unless you now want to do a premium plugin. And most of the premium plugin, you have to put the cost on the client, right? But most of the things you need to spend on, if you give me a job of 50,000 naira now, I won't spend more than, let's say I won't spend more than 25K to get the job done, right? Because on this platform, you can get a hosting space for as low as 18,000 naira from on this platform. Now, that does not mean I used to charge 50,000. I can't charge 50,000 for a website job. Unless you're a family member that is very, very close to me, I cannot say, okay, let's get the job done with 100,000 naira. But hardly will I charge a client 100,000 naira for, hardly will I charge a client 200K for a website job. So for this particular hosting space, this particular hosting space can contain about 10 websites, and it comes with free.com.ng. You can see. So if you see a client that wants to buy a domain name .com.ng and wants to build a website, so what you'll be spending on this platform is just this. Once you do 1,275 times, let me multiply that. 1,275 multiplied by 12. That should give us roughly that 15,300, right? So 15,300, that is what you'll be spending on, since you'll be getting a free .com.ng. But what if it's .com? So what if you are getting .com? So you are spending 15,000 for the domain name, then another 15,000 for the 15,000 plus for the hosting space, and another 15,000 plus for the domain, because you're using a foreign company. But there is cool cash when it comes to creating websites. There's cool cash in it. When I just started, then I did so many free packs. I'll come to this hosting account and buy one hosting space and use it for about 3 clients and charge about 50,000 naira for it, right, to get a website job done, just to put my name out there. And I did so many free websites for some organizations and all of that. So currently, I'm the one managing this Diana Hat. Let me see if it will come out. Hope I spelled this Diana Hat well. So I'm the one currently managing this Diana Hat and some other. Okay, this is not it. I think it's .com. And you will also forget some domain name and all that. So I've forgotten that domain name. There's also one I'm currently managing, Magnadine. All these are not Nigerian companies. And there's an NGO website that I've just finished building. All these are done with WordPress, and I built most of these from scratch. There's no particular template that could give me something like this. I have to restructure them from scratch and so on. So we have Blossom Foundation, which I also came up with. And with the help of AI, there are so many things you can get done. Okay, I think something is wrong with this. Now, Elementor is giving us serious issue. So with the help of AI, there are so many things you can get done at the fingertip. So many things you can get done. So now you must, once you see a website, you must know, okay, what is wrong with this website? What can I fix? And there are so many WordPress issues you must learn how to solve. And how do you charge a client is very important. How do you charge a client? Now, once you buy your domain name, your hosting space, what you will get is a cPanel, right? You get a cPanel once you get your domain name and your hosting space. It depends on the platform you're getting from. So for my domain, I use mainly Spaceship for most of my domain, and I also use TrueHost also for my domain names. Also, their hosting space here is also very cheap and very affordable. Very affordable. And there's I think something is wrong with their site too. So, and there are some clients that we want to buy their domain name and hosting space and just want you to build. right? You buy the domain and the hosting space, and they want you to just build. So let me log in into this website. So I don't have any this thing. So if you want to log in into any website, the name of the website.com/wp admin to log into your administration website. You can also log in through your cPanel. Most times I don't remember most of this password, right? Sorry, my system is going down and my inverter is kind of low now. Okay, so this is WordPress 7.0. I think there's a new version house there. And once you log into your WordPress website, you get something like this. Now, we have the Elementor part. We have, this Elementor is a plugin. Sorry, my system will go down soon. I'm sorry. Maybe we can continue our class from next week. I've been having light issue with my inverter because of the sun. So this part is where you had your posts. We have the pages where you create new page. Your pages here. Now this part is the plugin. If you plug
share
in
your screen, sir. Share your screen, sir.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Just a minute. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, this is just the pages where you had your list of pages. Now, for those that works on blog, this is the blog post. To add your blog posts, add new posts, categories, all posts, and all that. So under this part, WordPress works with theme. Without theme, there is no way you can build a website. So you can actually look at all of this theme. This is the current theme I'm using, Elementor. So it's showing outdated. So my favorite theme is mostly Blocksy and Elementor, and once in a while I use Astra. So I have updated it. So how to add theme, you come down to add theme, then you click on look for the theme you want to look for. And there are sometimes a client will say, okay, I want a premium theme. You have to buy the theme from either Evanto or any theme store. Then once you buy your theme, you can just click on upload theme. You have to unzip and upload. So this part we have so many themes here, so many themes that you can choose from, and you start building your website. And remember, we have different page builder, but I'm currently using one of the best page builder, which is Elementor. So we have different page builder out there. So outside your theme, what also makes your website work is plugins. So we have different plugins. Currently, this Blocksy is this Blocksy companion comes with the Blocksy theme. So currently my Elementor is showing I need to update. That's why the header is giving issue. And also, once I visit the site and refresh, it should be back. And I also I think I used Elementor Pro for the header and the footer. So and currently Elementor Pro is missing because it was outdated. I had to update and all that. So to add a plugin, all these are different plugins. We have Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. We have FluentForm. FluentForm is a form plugin. We have Fluent SMCP. There are sometimes you want to send in. Some people might want to fill a form on your website and the form is not going to, it's showing error. So this is where the SMCP comes in. We have Forminator. Forminator is also a form plugin, but most of this I didn't use them. I had to deactivate. So whatever you're not using, you have to deactivate. So this Fluent SMCP, I didn't use it. I had to use WP Mail SMCP. So you can see different plugins that do the same work, but some are far better than some. So you have to know, okay, which of the plugins should I use? Should I use WP Form Lite? Should I use the Elementor form that comes with Elementor? Or you can just look for the best plugin that works with the kind of work you are doing. So what else do we have here? So we have the users, we have the tools. So the comment is where once people comment on your blog, you see them under comments. So currently, this site is a new site. There is no comment here. So we have another site, Peter Felix Foundation, which is my foundation website. So it's also the website that is built from scratch with just a random theme, and I use Elementor to work on it. So this is it. Now, if you look at the website, how will you know the kind of theme the company use? So I want to find out the theme used on this website. What will I do? Now you come down to the website and right click, you click on View Page Source. And to also know if a particular site is a WordPress website, this is what you do also. So when you click View Page Source, just click on Ctrl F. So once you press Ctrl F, this will show. Now to know if it's a WordPress website, just press WP. WP stands for WordPress. Now if you see more found there, this is 852. It means even if you see 100, it means it's a WordPress website. Now we have give WP, so we have so many WP stuffs here, which simply means it's a WordPress website. Now I want to know the theme used. I'll just type theme. Now I'll look for the theme. Just keep on searching. There are some times you might just need to hide your theme. Yes, people will not know, oh, this is the theme. There are sometimes you need to customize your theme to have the name of the company. For my other company, that is what I did. You will not know the theme used. So currently it's showing the theme here. We have the theme. This is a WP content. This is the theme. The name of it is B. So this is a Block C theme, right? That is what we use on this website. Now, this website has so many plugins attached. So this is a preview. So I did it from scratch. These are different stuff here. Now, this is a counter and all that. Now, there's something I did with AI. I used AI to, now once you click on nominate a child, it is done with AI. We use AI to build the nominate a child form. I didn't want to use a plugin, so I had to use AI to do this. Now, all of this is just a code from this nominate a child complete a form. They are hot code. On WordPress, you can do your normal coding. You can code all of this down to submit a form. This button, everything here is done. I use AI to build this form, so I don't have to rely on one plugin to create a form for me. So all of this is done with AI. So once I click on submit, it goes straight to the foundation's email, straight down. So all of these are what you can do when it comes to, and there are so many advanced stuff you can also do. Currently, I'm managing Threshing House website, which is still under construction. It's still under construction, so still working on it. And also, when it comes to e-commerce websites, you can build a complete e-commerce website with WordPress. You can build a complete e-commerce website with WordPress. And there are so many upcoming businesses that really need e-commerce websites. And also there are so many NGOs that need websites. So these are fields that you need to go into. And there are so many churches that don't have websites that need websites. They need websites that you really need to go into. So this is a video background that slides in when you come to the website. So this is a countdown to the program they're having in 66 days. Now this is the banner of the picture, the picture banner. It's just a simple site. So this is a slider. So there's a church too I did a website for recently. So you scroll down, you see upcoming events, programs, and all that. So KOG. This church is in UK. I would say CG. Do I still remember the website? KOG. King of Glory does. I hope I still remember. I am not so good in cramming domains. I am not that good. Okay, this is the website. Now this is, they were using one old website, so I had to rebuild this under 2 weeks. Revamp all the website under 2 weeks. So once you click on this, this is a customized build. A customized build. So we have this. We have all of these, picture sliding, a nice church website, upcoming events. We have this here. Then we have the event of the month, scrolling. Then we have to watch their Sunday service on YouTube. So once you click on this, it takes you to YouTube. Other YouTube messages here, scrolling. If you click on more, Simon, where will it take you to? It takes you straight to YouTube, because we don't want to overload this part with. So visit us, get connected, and that. So the next important thing on almost every church website, you must give. Give is important. So we have the give aspect here. Then we have, these are blogs. Now all of these are customized blogs, customized with Elementor, right? So once you click on read more, it takes you to the particular blog page where you can read the blog. So all of these are simple blog posts. So there are so many things you can do with WordPress. So many things you can do with WordPress. And WordPress is very sweet. It's very sweet. And you can make cool cash if you're a student, if you're a family man, if you are just done with school. There are so many things you can do with the WordPress platform. And do we have any question? Let's take our question. So let's
if
take
you have
questions.
questions, you can please ask. If you have questions, you can. If you have
okay, I will stop
questions,
sharing now.
Okay, all right, sir. So, if you have questions, everyone or anyone, if you have questions, you can drop your questions. I'm going to create a I'm going to create a message here. Your questions here. So I think I've seen a few questions, but that one is not to the teacher. What is the class recorded? Yes, it's recorded. What's the name of the website it's using to teach us? WordPress. So if you have other questions, you can ask. Our coach is running on. I'm even glad I was able to make it back even after his PC went off. So this is more of an introductory class, right? And okay, there's a question here. What is the cheapest way for a beginner to connect a domain without getting locked into a costly monthly subscription? Is there like a cheap platform that a beginner can connect with? So coach, someone is asking, I think from the question, it's just basically asking what's the cheap way to get custom domain without having to be paying for it for now.
Now, for every custom domain, it means the domain is custom. You have to pay for it. But there's a platform where you can get free hosting, but I think the size is just 2 gig, so you can't do anything much on it. But there's what we refer to as subdomain. You can start with a subdomain just to practice. You can get a free subdomain out there. There are different platforms. Just type on Google free subdomain and free hosting. You'll be able to get most, but you have to be mindful of the kind of information you put there. Don't put information that will, because I can't rely on those sites. They are not 100% secure. So if you want to use it for just normal practice, it's fine. But you have to be mindful of the kind of information you put out there. But for cheap hosting, you can try TrueHost. TrueHost is way cheaper. At least 15,300 per year is very, very cheap. Way cheap.
Yes.
And it can contain about 10 websites, 10 simple light websites. It's very, very cheap. You can also get a free subdomain and connect it with your TrueHost. Thank you.
All right. Then somebody says, I don't know if it has been said already, but how do we get started with WordPress? Another person, I did not get the platform to which you registered the hosting space. I think he mentioned, but let me just take the questions. How do we get started with WordPress? What are the platforms to register hosting space?
So there are different platforms you can get your hosting space from, but I decided to share some of the reliable ones and kind of affordable. So if you're just starting, I will advise you use TrueHost. I'm not. I will advise. They are very reliable. They are one of the most reliable Nigerian platform I have seen so far. You can use TrueHost, which is 15,003. So if you want to use Namecheap, Namecheap is a way you'll be spending around 30,000 plus 30,000 naira, if not more, to get a hosting space with Namecheap. Namecheap, the beginner plan also contains about 3 websites. While TrueHost beginner plan contains more than 3 websites, and you're paying 15,000 naira to get it done. So you can check other platform. You have GoDaddy, and you have Spaceship. And in buying most of this hosting, you have to be mindful of their customer care. There are sometimes your website will run into problem that you need the customer care to respond ASAP. There are some platforms that are so poor when it comes to customer care. For GoDaddy now, GoDaddy, they are very much big on calls. You must have to put a call through. I have a client that is currently using GoDaddy. You have to put a call through to reach out to them. And you don't want to do that as a Nigerian. You don't want to start calling American number to talk to customer care. So for Spaceship, for TrueHost, for Google Host, for TrueHost, they are very big on customer care and they respond so fast. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, somebody asked, how do you get started with WordPress? Somebody say, how do I choose the right theme for a website?
Now, I won't say there's anything like right theme. It all depends on what you are building. It all depends on what you're building. For me, the main reason, because there are some work with each builder you are using, and it doesn't work with all theme, right? So for me, I use more of Blocksy because it's not that I'm using just the same as before. Once I install Blocksy, I use a laptop to build my build Scratch. So you can start with Astra. Astra have so many that you can use. Blocksy also have templates you can use. We have so many like we have Hello Elementor so that it's very flexible. You can start some and I also like with they are not heavy. With those teams. Okay.
Okay, sir. Do you want to just quickly talk on how to get started on WordPress? Somebody asked that question and the person.
How to get started on WordPress?
Yes. How to get started on WordPress? Yes.
How to get started on WordPress is by learning WordPress. Don't go and start by buying domain name and hosting space. Start by looking for someone to teach you WordPress. Learn it first before you buy your domain name and hosting space, so that you can start building your portfolio from there. So how do you start? You start by learning. Thank you.
Right. So once again, everybody, this class, like I said earlier on, it's you can't right. Which Peter Felix also mentioned, he has been working on a website for like, I think he mentioned 17 years now. Wow. Right. I think he mentioned in 2009, if I'm correct. So that's like a job for him. I started my own website around 19 years. So it's just you get into all at once. You need a coach, and that's one mention. Which was like too much talk to it because at times I get stuck and put me get to my work. So this is basically also like a presentation for people that are interested in this class. How can get other regards to learn what he said. You need to learn. That's the truth. You need to learn it and it's all the details on how to build it. The beautiful things that I'm not learning, just learn how to use it learn how to, like some of the things he mentioned. He mentioned about 8 things you need when building a website. He talked about hosting, domain, the theme, the dashboard, WordPress dashboard, 7 plugin, page builders. All those things are things that have been combined together in the process of building a website, which we need to know about. So if you're interested, you could just drop a comment on this, ask your question, just say, I'm interested in knowing more about the class, or you could go on WhatsApp and say, I'm interested in knowing about Coach Peter Felix website class. You could just drop it there, and I will personally reach out to you, and we could get more details from him. And I could also tell you that because he's on the call with us, it's also going to make it more like, the subsidized rates, which we'll be glad to have people take it. So if there is no other question, I can see some people typing, right? If there no other question, we our coach is running on a low power tonight, so we could perhaps have a class again, right? So, but we will get more details as regards this training class, and I would want to implore that you people register for it. And of a truth, in this web design skill program, or in the process itself, you need a coach along the line. I still get stuck in websites as much as I've been building websites. I still get stuck sometimes, and I'll just reach out to him to get more details, and it has been a good one. So that being said, I want to also thank our coach for joining us on the call tonight. Thank you so much, sir, for some of the tips you shared. I've seen somebody say that they need some of the things he mentioned. Yes, he mentioned spaceship. In fact, I'm just learning about spaceship today. I've been using Namecheap. I've used GoDaddy. I have some clients that are also into GoDaddy and stuff like that. Namecheap. He also mentioned Namecheap, right? I've forgotten the other ones he mentioned. So I've dropped spaceship that he mentioned. Yeah. So other details as regards the training for website design with WordPress will be shared with us later on. Maybe sometime next week we'll get other details as regards it. So if there have been other questions, I would like to thank him once again, and we might call it a day today, and we'll jump on next class next week. So is there any other question from any other person? And you can also reach out to him personally. He's on the Telegram group as well. You can reach out to him or send us the details. It's not a problem. If there's no other question, we could call it a day here. It's so nice to have everybody as well on the call, just to do a recap on some of the things he mentioned, how that website design is also a skill that you can make money in different aspects of it. We talked about making money from building websites. You can make money from managing websites for people. You're not going to build it, but you can manage for them. You could also sell your knowledge. Maybe you teach people as regards it, right? And you mentioned that you needed a mentor. Then talk about some of the things you need to build a website. You need a domain name. And those platforms that you mentioned, you can buy them from there. You need hosting and hosting space. You need to navigate cPanel. You need to understand WordPress dashboard, right? Themes, how to use themes, page builders, and plugins. So that will be all for tonight on website design with no code 2. Without any further ado, I will say thank you to everybody for joining the class, and we look forward to having you next week. And thank you to our coach as well, Mr. Peter Felix. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, so bye-bye for now. Good night to everybody.